Say you can afford to reduce your monthly take-home pay by $500 for retirement. With a Roth 401k, $500 goes into the account. With a traditional 401k, the tax break means you can contribute more without taking a bigger hit to your paycheck. Assume your combined federal and state income tax rate is 25%. We will ignore payroll taxes and other deductions to keep the example simple. At that tax rate, the same $500 reduction in take-home pay could put about $667 into the traditional account each month. Now let both accounts earn an average return of 8% for 30 years. The Roth account grows to roughly $745,000. The traditional account grows to just under $1 million. That makes traditional look like the clear winner, but the traditional balance has not been taxed yet. If every dollar is eventually taxed at the same 25% rate, its after-tax value falls to roughly $745,000, almost exactly the same as the Roth account, and that is the comparison we will follow throughout this video. The same person, the same investments, and the same effect on their paycheck. With a traditional 401k, contributions generally reduce your taxable income today, but withdrawals are usually taxed later. With a Roth 401k, you pay the income tax today, and qualified withdrawals can come out tax-free later. Both accounts can hold the exact same investments. If the investments are the same, neither account naturally grows faster. The difference is when the tax bill shows up. When the tax rate is the same today and in retirement, the two choices can end in nearly the same place, as long as the traditional tax savings are actually invested. Change the future tax rate, and the result changes. Our traditional account reached about $994,000 before taxes. If the future tax rate is 20% instead of 25%, its after-tax value would be around $795,000. Traditional would finish about $50,000 ahead. If the future tax rate is 30%, the after-tax value would fall to roughly $696,000. Now Roth would be ahead by about $50,000. Real retirement withdrawals move through tax brackets instead of one flat rate being applied to the entire account. But this simplified example shows what drives the decision. Someone early in a career may be paying a relatively low tax rate today. If that person expects their income to rise over time, Roth contributions may make sense because they are paying the tax while their rate is still relatively low. Someone in their highest earning years may have the opposite situation. If they are paying a high tax rate now and expect less taxable income after leaving work, taking the traditional deduction today may be more valuable. The income you expect in retirement matters too. A pension, rental income, Social Security, and withdrawals from other traditional retirement accounts can all create taxable income later. Someone expecting several sources of retirement income may value having Roth money available because qualified Roth withdrawals do not add to taxable income. Someone planning to retire early may have another option. After leaving work, but before Social Security and other income begin, they may have several years with lower taxable income. They could take the traditional deduction during higher income working years, then convert portions of that money to Roth during lower income years. That takes planning, but it is one reason the answer cannot be reduced to Roth is tax-free, so Roth must be better. There's also one practical question that can change the entire result. What happens to the tax savings from traditional? Traditional reached nearly $1 million in our example because we assumed the full tax benefit went into the account. If you contribute only $500 either way and spend the larger paycheck created by traditional, both accounts will grow to the same balance before taxes. The Roth money can come out tax-free while taxes would still be owed on the traditional withdrawals. Under that setup, Roth would look much better. It is not because Roth grew faster. It is because the traditional tax savings were spent instead of invested. Using both is also reasonable. You could lean toward Roth during lower income years and shift toward traditional after raises push you into a higher tax bracket. You could also split every contribution between the two. That gives you one pool of taxable money and another pool that may be available tax-free. In retirement, that flexibility can help you decide where to take money from based on your tax situation that year. A few mistakes are worth avoiding. Do not choose Roth only because the words tax-free sound better. The tax is still being paid. It is simply paid before the money enters the account. Do not look at a large traditional balance and assume every dollar belongs to you. Some of it may eventually go toward taxes. And do not delay investing because you cannot perfectly predict tax rates 30 years from now. Your contribution rate, employer match, investment fees, and time in the market may matter more than finding the perfect split. So which one makes more sense? Roth may be more attractive when your current tax rate is relatively low, you expect more taxable income later, or you value having tax-free money available in retirement. Traditional may be more attractive when your current tax rate is high, you expect a lower rate after retiring, and you will use the tax savings to invest more. And when the answer is not obvious, using both gives you options instead of tying every retirement dollar to the same future tax rules. Traditional gives you the tax break today. Roth saves it for later. The better choice depends on when that tax break is likely to be worth more.